All right, here we go. Coming up on this afternoon, San Francisco 49ers report the Niners sign an offensive tackle. I've seen all of you in the comment section saying, this signing's great. This signing's great. What about the offensive line? Well, bad news because this is not going to be a Colton McKivitz replacement. Stay tuned to find out why. Also, oh no! San Francisco losing a draft pick as the Niners are in trouble with the National Football League. Let's start off here with the offensive tackle spot. The Niners signing former Raider Brandon Parker to a one-year contract. We're not sure what the financial details are. I imagine it's going to be for the vet men. This is not a starting caliber offensive tackle in the National Football League. Parker is experienced. He has started 33 games for the Raiders over the last 5 years, but he has given up 28 sacks during that time frame. He's 28 years old, has basically missed the last 2 years because of a triceps injury in 2022 and then an undisclosed injury in 2023 that the Raiders never really released the information about. And Parker has really struggled. He's been a little bit slow. He's been banged up. He's struggled with a lack of consistency. Does have some really solid size, 6'8", 320 pounds. Could he be a swing tackle? He's primarily played right tackle at the NFL level, but he was a third-round selection in the 2018 NFL Draft out of North Carolina A&T, and when he was there playing at that level, he was a first-team FCS All-American. His last full season came in 2021. And why I said he's not going to replace Colton McKivitz because he's even worse than Colton McKivitz. And these numbers even worse than what McKivitz did in 2023. That's hard to believe. 881 snaps in 2021 for Brandon Parker. 878 of them came at right tackle. He surrendered 53 pressures. That's a lot, more than McKivitz this past campaign. 12 hits allowed, 8 sacks, and 9 penalties. And I get where the Niners' thinking is as far as addressing offensive line in free agency. The market has become way too rich. Robert Hunt, formerly the Miami Dolphins, signed a 5-year, $100 million contract to play guard for the Carolina Panthers. Mike Owenu, another target who I like for San Francisco, $19 million per with New England Patriots, and he's going to play right tackle in Foxborough. You look at a player like Jonah Jackson of the Rams. He got $17 million per. Kevin Dotson, $16 million per year, also with the Rams. Landon Dickerson of the Philadelphia Eagles, more on an average annual value basis than any of those other players, $21 million per season on that new contract extension. San Francisco doesn't have that cash flow. So what the Niners are going to do, they're going to address offensive line in the draft, and there are a lot of good centers, right guards, right tackles that you can get and pinpoint in the first couple of rounds, and I don't blame the Niners for going that route because simply the market has exploded and these contracts have become way too lucrative for the Niners' liking. But with that, I ask you this. How would you grade the entire Niners offensive line right now? And right now it looks Trent Williams at left tackle, Aaron Banks at left guard, Jake Brendel at center, John Feliciano at right guard, and Colton McKivitz, everybody's favorite right tackle, at right tackle. A, B, C, D, or F? Let me know down in the comments section. Also, some news just in. Former Niners defensive end Chase Young signing a 1-year contract with the New Orleans Saints. $13 million in guaranteed money. You had a feeling it was going this route when the Niners signed Leonard Floyd and Yetur Gross-Matos. Chase Young going to the Saints 1 year, short term, but $13 million in guaranteed cash. We have a great deal that we want to tell you about thanks to our friends at Fanatics. Faithful shirts on sale right now. Fantastic deals. Only if you use that link down below, chatsports.com/49ersfaithful. The offseason might be here, but you never stop rocking that Niners gear. Get some good merch. Nike available right now. We'll put that link down in the comments section and in the description of this video. Lock me up! The Niners are in trouble! Oh no! It's really not that big of a deal, but it is somewhat notable. The 49ers are losing their 2025 fifth-round pick. They will have their 2024 fourth-round pick which was number 131, moved behind the compensatory pick. So now that selection is going to be 135, and this is due to payroll accounting errors. How does this happen? I have absolutely no idea. Here's the Niners statement on the matter, though. We take responsibility and accept the imposed discipline from the NFL due to a clerical payroll error. At no time did we mislead or otherwise deceive the league or gain a competitive advantage in connection with the payroll mistake. This action resulted from a league review that found administrative payroll accounting errors at the close of the 2022 league year that resulted in a misreporting of the club's cumulative player compensation. The NFL determined that the club would have remained under the salary cap at all times regardless of the error, and there was no intent to circumvent the cap. That last part of the statement, let me say that again. The NFL determined that the club would have remained under the salary cap at all times regardless of the error, and there was no intent to circumvent the cap. If the Niners would have stayed under the cap, and if this really didn't matter at all, why are you docking a draft pick from San Francisco? And why are they having to move back from 131 to 135? This is like tampering in the NFL. It's one of those penalties where it's basically like going 5 miles per hour over the speed limit and then you getting pulled over and receiving the ticket. It's technically illegal, but does it really matter all that much? Like, we are in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl, and marijuana is legal there, and we are in the line for a club, and somebody in front of me had their gummies taken away. And I'm like, well, hold on. Weed is legal in Las Vegas, but somebody's getting their gummies taken away? How does that make sense? The Niners would have been under the cap. By the way, give me those gummies. The Niners would have been under the cap, yet they're still getting docked here? I just don't get it. The best X reaction that I saw, that's X, formerly known as Twitter, the 49ers must have used the free version of TurboTax. My reaction, which intern was on the payroll for this error to happen? And it happened all the way back in 2022. The NFL doesn't want to see the San Francisco 49ers win. They didn't call the holding penalties on the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They put the Niners on a lackluster playing surface in the lead up to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. And now you're docking draft picks and having them move back from 131 to 135. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym, as one would say. Oh no! Type that down in the comment section right now. Again, it's not that big of a deal, but had to give you the news here on the 49ers Report, and that's why you subscribe to the show.